About relationships. Ebook about relationships since July 2025 by Jonathan Stone. This ebook not for little kids. You can share to anyone or to your friends, it also welcome. About me. I'm not your average person, I'm always trying new things. That's why this book will deliver an unreal experience and fill you with new potential and ideas. Foreword. A few words. This book is for complete beginners, absolute zeros, who want results, want behavior models, and want to understand how this whole thing works and what it even is. This book is about relationships and psychology. Don't judge me too harshly, because this book was written by me, not a PhD. Honestly, the idea to write this book came to me by accident. Just chatting with a friend, he casually suggested I write it. I'm not some expert, but I was a bit taken aback, yet I agreed it was a good idea. This book is for the new time, a new age, a new era. So please appreciate the creation, thank you. Truthfully, I haven't mastered this topic 100%. Just like my friend said, no one really has. But this topic exists, and few write about it. So this is a new kind of relationship book. Let me be clear up front. There will be almost no dirt or the usual stuff you see. It will be a fairly clean perspective on why it exists, what it gives, and how it actually looks. Let's start simple. What are relationships even built on? The foundation? Actually, on simple things. Shared topics, jokes, values. The foundation. Although sometimes there is no foundation, like two people just posted cool pics, spammed each other with hearts, and boom, they're in a relationship after a while. We won't consider that simple option. Instead, we'll try to grasp the bigger picture. Why it exists, what the actual benefits are, and how to get it. This is an unusual, original book. Let's say it will show you this whole system from different angles and a completely different perspective. Stage 1. Behavior models, men and women. It's ideal when people are simply similar to each other, then difficulties rarely arise. Another scenario is when someone simply can't communicate or interact at all. Then, they need to learn to at least be normal, like the simple people who go to work. 70% of them usually have families. They interact normally, and that's enough for them. And if we're talking about people who can't interact, one option is to send them into a job like sales, where you have to talk a lot. Then, nature will take its course. One option. If that's not possible, use the internet. This is just the beginning. Before you can even build a normal relationship, you need balanced mental health, just so it doesn't fall apart, so people look pleasant together from the outside. That's the ideal, the right way, although it might not always be there. As my experience and others show, such mental health is always present in people who work a lot with others in real life. The whole secret of interaction isn't just about getting cool mental health. You need to understand what it actually looks like, how it's built from real feelings, not bad intentions. We're not talking about one-night stands here, but classic relationships and how they happen. Imagine a man and a woman. The man wants a relationship, but he comes on so strong and clingy that nothing ever works out. It's just such directness. It's a blow to his psyche sometimes. Sorry. One example. Just saying words like, let's date, I like you. Asking someone out on a date is a different thing. Don't confuse them. Even though you don't know the person, you're just feeling some sensations. You don't even know what you're dealing with. Maybe tomorrow you won't feel so great about her, but you still want it. To understand, maybe you haven't had much experience in relationships, so these words seem okay. But for the opposite sex, these are often the last words they want to hear because they've heard them too much. For some, it sounds like a sentence. Generally, people feel calmer when they don't hear these words. Let's date. Just communicate. And the relationship will build itself naturally if it's meant to be. Another example. Here's the classic way. The classic isn't a frontal assault like declaring big feelings right away. It's an accident. You went to a club, studied a language, and just happened to meet your person. You didn't plan it. Over time, you got used to each other. That's okay. Not my info. It happens in apps too. You could call it finding each other by chance. That's okay. Understand this. Telling someone big feelings right away is basically giving them control over you, gifting them the opportunity to manipulate you. Your value drops, not you, but the value model. That you just give someone that power. It feels great, sure, but you're making someone higher than yourself. You have to feel this. Feel the balance. You want to pour everything out, and they just silence. No reaction. So, do things that won't damage you. Understanding that the person isn't trampling you, isn't keeping you on a leash, that there are zero suspicions or skeletons in the closet. That gives you a certain freedom. Yeah, there are tons of bootlickers who lose themselves just to get what they want. But that's so low. Why lose yourself? It's nature. Don't bend over backwards so much for someone that you become sick. This topic is really harsh. When someone loses everything or gains everything. If you have absolutely zero experience in this topic, that's really bad. Because if you get a partner who feeds you lies, you won't even realize how much they controlled you and how obediently you fulfilled all their demands. Yeah, it happens. But ideally, when people's focus and desires are similar. Honestly, people are usually strange creatures and often don't even know what they want. Love? But love is also completely different for everyone, perceived differently. We even see some colors and hear some sounds slightly differently. Some like certain smells, others don't. So, why do you think the person you find will be exactly like you? Let's consider long-distance relationships. Oh, a frequent topic. But what choice do you have if you live in a small town with maybe 30 options and you think you won't find anyone you like? Truthfully, if you Google it, in the US, long distance is normal, it's okay. There's another option. Sure, you could build a relationship with anyone and call yourself a motivator. Say you're cool, say you'll carry the match. But actually, you haven't even grasped what you're getting into. And this swamp will pull you down even harder. Choosing a person is a serious step. It affects your whole life, the thoughts you'll have, your worldview. Anything can happen. Some people feel like they only rise higher on the opposite field. In any case, it's always an experience, always growth, a leap for you as a person. Honestly, I was shocked by this topic when I started digging into all these relationships between people. There are different stages of how people see it. Some see themselves separately, some see it as a shared whole. But when people communicate for a very long time, they even start to resemble each other. I didn't set out to compile all the facts into one pile. I'm just showing you a rough picture so you already have this understanding. People are different. Maybe you'll want to build a relationship with someone who always just wants sex. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha. And later, you'll get used to that habit, those desires. You don't know, so you just need to communicate and get to know each other better. Most people have such desires manifest. I don't judge them, but ideally, if you're building a relationship, there's no point in constantly watching adult films. It just clogs your filter, your perception of the opposite sex. Purity of thought is correct, especially since lux, a good life, is actually porn-free. What do relationships actually give you as a person? Actually, if it's natural, a person in a relationship experiences emotions, feelings, events, and avoids that promiscuity, endless new dates, or a harem in their phone. That's a plus. Looking further ahead, it leads to thoughts of family, raising children. That's solid, noble, no questions. In other cases, it's an alibi, protection from certain events, and sometimes even perks or special rules in life.